How's it going, everybody? Woo, another ColeHillChills stream. Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Me when ColeHill streams. What? Are you a koala? Are you doing homework? Like, what is that? I immediately imagined your Fall Guys koala costume. What song is this? About the Junior Boulevard back on? Oh, is that what that one was? That one was so good. I have it on shuffle. It's the pencil koala? What? What the hell is a pencil koala? Yeah, thank you, Lily. I'm like, please tell me I'm not the only one who doesn't know what this is. His qualifications. Oh, it's Earthbound. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know what Dark Deception is. I'll look it up though, I promise, okay? I was trying to look up all the games everyone suggested me, but Steam literally would not open. It kept freezing and not even showing anything. I'm like, ah, well, great. Definitely don't have time to pick a game today. I'm definitely gonna play Observation Duty this weekend if I can. That's so fun. That would be a really fun game for us to play together. It's Geeky, you're pulling a drippy. The Steam app, obviously you can. Yeah, no, I also don't have that on my phone. I was trying to look them up on my phone, but it wasn't like giving me the same as, you know, on the computer. I'm staying until Ice30 comes on the screen. That at the point. Yeah, fair. No, fair streamer. Fair. You'll be happy to know Genie's YouTube has a bunch of recommended. Oh my god, Ace, I thought you were Kin for a second. I was like, why is Kin talking about Genie's YouTube? Ace, it's red now. Ace is red. You'll be happy to know Genie's YouTube has a bunch of recommended videos for Trombone Champ. Oh. I still have to get 4 S's on that game. My finger hurts so much from playing that game. I can't like bend it without it hurting. Like I really pulled something. I hate it. I've been doing everything left-handed. Eating is, you think, oh, I'll just put the fork in my left hand. It's so hard. It's so hard to switch hands, man. What is this? I'm only here for the first 10 minutes, then dipping as soon as AC starts because I'm... Oh, not you too, Geeky. The ultimate betrayal from you guys, I swear to God. Yo, Ace, your name's Purple. Yo, what? What happened? I sent you a really funny video to the meme. I would say that's a pretty, oh, I had a joke for this streamer. It's a pretty oh. No, I lost it. I think it was something along like you have a shit humor. Because you were laughing at the video, you know? Anyways. Oh, perfect. It's perfect. It's amazing, Ace. Now I know it's Ace again. Overwatch 2 goes live soon, so I'll be waiting for that. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm so excited for you guys to try Overwatch 2. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. Right, Lily? Right? I'm just happy it's in Pokemon. No, that's November, Coffee. The new Pokemon game comes out in November. You have until then. Going well in Geeky Land in terms of family. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Geeky Man. I'm so sorry, dude. I hope you would get better soon. Also, if you guys haven't seen Geeky's Phoenix Right for Blue Mohawk running guy, go check out the creative outlet. I forgot what that channel was called. It's so good. I was so impressed. Like, pixel animation is so hard. He crushed it. Check Discord. I'm on Twitch. I'll check Discord after, Kin. God. You're a nightmare follower. Yo, look this up right now. You're on stream. Don't care. Look this up. Yo, check Discord. Check Discord real quick. I'm like, I can't. Yesterday, oh, I saw so many videos and tributes towards it. That was so sad, Ace. Cool, I thought you prioritize your well-beings as much. No. I prioritize you being here and doing your job. Duh. Overwatch 1 since the beta, and I do not care. Oh, well, I love Overwatch. He redeemed himself. ColeHillChills. Now that's a name. That's a name. Listen to that KK Slider music. Yeah. The good news is, though, I was scrolling through the Xbox Game Pass, and Glem recommended We Happy Few to play this month. And that's on there and free, so that will be an option. I'll look that one up. It looks really like well done, so I'm considering that one. We'll definitely play Observation Duty this weekend, and we'll have to find other spooky games to play as well. I just know it looks, yeah, it looks very creepy. I remember watching the intro a few years ago, and it was very, very chilly. You know, chills. My fingers are tired from reflecting. Boom. Boom. Doom. Doom. Boom. But yeah, if you guys have any spooky games you want to recommend, go ahead and throw it in Discord. I will look it up for sure because I need recommendations. So far, I have Poppy's Playtime as a recommended. We Happy Few, Observation Duty, and there's another one Glem said. It was Frambeau. Those are the games we have lined up. So if there's one you guys really want to see, send it on Discord. I won't say it again. What? What about... I have to look it up, Kin. I know, Dark Deception. I have to look it up. Don't play Poppy Playtime is not good. I don't know anything about it, except for I see a lot of kids here with toys that are... It's just Bendy. Oh, Bendy was a nightmare. Oh, maybe we won't play that one then. Let's kick on the more, but it's so long. That's so long. Music's too loud. Yeah, this one got loud. So I'll turn that down. There we go. Recommendations, Cole. Just chit chat. Chit chat's fine. I will look all through Discord after stream so I don't miss anything. If it's not Among Us, it's the Huggy Wuggy toy. Right though, like there's Among Us and Poppy Playtime toys everywhere here. It's crazy. Also Peppa Pig. But it's short and expensive. Wait, what? Wait, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Poppy Playtime? I thought that one was free. Queen, how's it going? LB? What is LB? Maybe I'll be Tracer. I'm already Tracer. Peppa Pig? Peppa Pig. Am I saying it wrong? Peppa Pig. The first one's free. Gotcha. Yeah, I saw they had a second one. Well, there's a girl one now. I don't know. PP Pig? No, Peppa. What? 20% of the game is actual horror, if that's what you're worried about. I can't tell if it's actually too long for you or you're a whoosh. No, I am just worried about the length of it. I know you really want to watch it, Drippy, so I think I will consider it. I just have to like do the math of like how long all the games we're playing are. I don't want another Alien Isolation where I was like, oh, we'll play lots of spooky games this October, and then it was just Alien Isolation. And then what was that? The baby bear game called Among the Sleep. We played that one on Halloween. It's an indie horror RPG maker game with multiple endings. Ooh! Send it in the Discord, Queen, and I'll look it up. Like, imagine playing Oi, Oni, or IB. You, IB as well, Ace? I've never heard of it. I will look up Dark Deception. Oh my goodness. Rec Room? What is Rec Room? Just chit chat is fine, Queen. Bayonetta. What do you mean, what is Rec Room? What is Rec Room? I streamed Rec Room horror Five Nights at Freddy games with Ray, and it was one of my favorite streams, to be honest. Are you starved for internet? No. It's like rip-off VR chat, but you don't need VR. Oh! You don't need VR? Oh, that sounds sick. I'll look it up, and kind of like Roblox. Alright, I'll look it up. I'll consider for a stream. Also send that in the Discord so I don't forget. If Roblox and WeChat had a game together. Amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely consider those. You remember, that reminds me of Pixel Chat. I want Pixel Chat to come back. Imagine Switch has a Pixel Chat feature where you can talk to your friends online. That'd be sick. Because right now you can't really send them a message or anything, you know? I agree with Queen on, I don't know if it's IB or LB. Oi, Oni, and IB are both RPG Maker horror games. The only where you're getting chased in a haunted mansion by a purple monster called the Oni. I think I watched PewDiePie play that years ago. I remember watching some kind of purple monster. That's what... that must have been where... Yeah, he played it? I must have seen it from him then. Send people a message by blocking them? What's a different kind of message, but a message nonetheless? That is true. The Oni is so good. Alright, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. But that one's really old if that's the case. I feel like I watched that when I was in high school. What I might do then is make a list after I go through all the games of what you guys have suggested, and you can vote on the ones you want to watch. And then we'll play them until like it's not October anymore, you know? My little brother started... Oh, I heard Googling himself. 2004? Bro. Yes, it did, Coffee. Yes, it did. That is unfortunate, streamer. That is an unfortunate event you are witnessing. Oh my god. You were 5 in 2004? I'm so old. I'm kidding. Boop, boop, boop. -3? It's so weird to know that some people are born in the 2000s. It just feels so wrong. Boo-doo, 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 doo-doo. And you're probably better off for it, Coffee. Imagine going to school with all the tech there is now. Like, oof, man. Oof. I'd pass. I'd take a hard pass. What song is this? It's bumping. I was born. Oh, you were born like a month before my youngest brother, Queen. Interesting. Interesting. 400 BC. Yeah, kind of. If I interact with it, I can see, but it's really small, so I have to like squint to try to make out what the words say. It makes me feel both old and young. I know, right, Lily? It's like a weird... We're in the middle somewhere. And shut up, kids. Not cool, you're just old. Alright, cool. Thanks, Geeky. Thanks. Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. Trippy, I read racist. Like, whoa. You went to Comic-Con for the first time? Oh my god, Queen, that's awesome. How was it? Did you dress up as anything? Overspending all my money. Yeah, going to a Comic-Con with money is a bad idea. Oh, I would spend so much. Refreshing. But for real, being in your 30s is in weird. Old people, I think you are so young, and young people think you're so old. I can imagine that. I can absolutely imagine that. Coffee. About Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul posters when we went to Comic-Con. That's cool. That's cool, man. I love posters. I miss my posters back home. Do you guys remember my stream corner? Oh. If we're able to go back to Canada this winter, you guys will see my stream corner again. How exciting is that? I have to rebuild it, though. My brother destroyed it. He dismantled it and made a music corner. But I have to turn it into my weeb corner again. How dare you age, Coffee? And I met Todoroki's voice actor and Goofy's the normal from Garf. Oh. I thought you meant Goofy. I was so excited. That's so cool, though. I had this thing where I don't want to look and see what the voice actors look like, because I know if I'm watching the show, all I will think about is what they look like, or what they would look like doing these voices. I'm like, no, I don't want to take myself out of it, you know? So I don't like looking up voice actors. Me with Chris Pratt. Right? Like, the entire Mario movie, you're not going to see Mario. You're just going to see Chris Pratt. Like, yeah. Is also Garfield. I can't believe that. Imagine signing Garfield and Mario contracts in the same year. The Jake voice actor is such a cool guy. I believe it. Someone who sometimes you can kind of imagine the personality of the people using the voice actors, you know? He seems like it. He seems like a Jake the Dog guy. You're okay with seeing Chris Pratt? Really? Coffee as Mario? Interesting. Interesting. Drippy. Okay, here's what happened, Drippy. I was going to watch it, but Glenn also really wants to watch it. No, Drippy. I had full plans of watching it, okay? I was fully, I'm like, yo, Glenn, like, let's watch Distant Lands tonight. Like, Drippy, like, I really want to watch it, and I always tell Drippy I'm going to watch it, and it never happens. So let's watch it tonight. And she's like, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I really want to watch that too. And then Glenn had her classmates who have not been working on the project were like, hey, let's have a meeting tonight and actually do stuff. And poor Glenn was in a meeting with her classmates from like 7 until 12 that night. I was like, so you could blame Glem's classmates. I wanted to watch it. I'm hoping tomorrow night, because tonight Glem also goes to school. That is not a meeting. Well, it's a meeting with class. It's a meeting, right? Feels bad, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Trippy. I was so set to watch it. You don't know, man. I was so set. It will happen this week, I promise. No, Drippy, I swear. I super swear. Drippy has no faith in me anymore. No, it wasn't your fault, Clem. It was your classmate. How am I supposed to feel threatened by a villain who sounds like Bo? What? This is a song. This song exists, alright. Alright, let's switch over to Ace Attorney because it usually does take the whole stream to get to a to be continued screen. Wait. Geeky, are you mad at Glenn? Did I miss something? Something came up, yeah. It's your brother, right? Your brother pooping his pants. You'd rather watch that than Ace Attorney. Understood. Your classmates don't watch it. It's just what you said? What did I say? What happened? Alright, let's switch over. I'm super excited because Lily hasn't seen an Ace Attorney stream. And, like, I consider Ace Attorney to be, like, our core game, you know? Let me move my camera over a little bit. There we go. Deary, you said let's switch over. I don't know if it's my brain being dumb. I'm not following Kiki. Oh, you said no to me. Oh. I'm sorry. I now follow. I understand, Kiki. I'm sorry, man. I was just confused as to why Glenn was crying, saying hi to you. Oh, I gotta turn my TV up 1 sec. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Geeky. I thought you were saying no to her crying. Like, no, like I'm sorry I made you cry or something. Like, wait, what? Is there beef? Is there beef I don't know about? Okay, I think we're done here. I don't remember the last thing we did here. But we're gonna go somewhere else. We just started a new trial. Yeah, this is set in Britain. I don't remember which era it is, but it's when who's that famous killer in the UK? What's his name again? Jack the Ripper? Around that era. They aren't gay in this one. Sadly, no. Basically, all that happened so far was there was a great science fair and someone tried to teleport someone and they died. And we're taking his case apparently, and we're finding out all we can about it. He just saying, just hi Glenn feels like, oh, and he says cool. Aww. Animal Crossing, Ace Attorney, Miitopia, Paper Mario, and insert another game are the CHC Foundation. True, though. True. I would say Jackbox. I think Jackbox really cemented a lot of our humor as well. It makes 0 attempt at historical accuracy. Yeah, but at least you know it's that era. It's just one of those days. Paper Mario. What a time, man. I love that game. The warden said, oh, also, our main character, Lily, I voice as Sonic the Hedgehog. I hope that's okay with you. The warden said cell 11. That's this one. Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner, look. What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain? Wasn't it? No, excuse me, Professor Hairbrain. Oh. That's a look. Who are you? I'm Ryan Asuka Naruto. Lawyer! Ah, was it something I said? A lawyer, you say? Oh, well, what would you be here? About the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't... Yesterday's demonstration! That magnificent demonstration was... It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity. Huh? Now's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my contraction leave for a while too. It's downloading? Oh my god, that's so exciting, Ace. It's actually not okay with me. Oh, that's too bad. You never asked if any of us were okay with it. No, because you guys were stuck with it from the beginning, you know? Lily's new, so I have to ease her into our crazy Ace Attorney streams, you know? Special, apparently. All right, let's talk. Is his name tag supposed to be... I'm really bad with flags. Is that a flag? Is that a country flag? Black, white, and red? It's like when the parents treats the guests better than the kids. Yeah, exactly. To a T, Drippy. To a T. Guys, play nice with Lily. Yesterday's demonstration. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday. The papers have called it spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he? Yes. Yes, you could interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense. The experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success. You asked me. I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Assman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, the machine exploded and Mr. Assman, in fact, perished. Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure. So, what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Ashman was an accident, correct? Why is Iris wearing a onesie? There was. She wanted to dress up for the Great Exhibition, whatever that was called. Is the child a lawyer? No. So we are. How do I? Where are the people? Let me give you a rundown of our cast. He's not here. We are Ryanosuke. We are from Japan, but we're in England right now to become a lawyer. This is our assistant, Susato Mikotoba. This is Iris Wilson. She's 10. She's the daughter of what's Sherlock Holmes' partner's name again? Something Wilson? Anyways, this is Herlock Sholmes, their version of Sherlock Holmes. And his partner died. And now he looks after her. So she's his assistant. But she doesn't know that yet. So we're like, ooh, let's not tell her he's dead. Which is really messed up. At 3, so in like half an hour. That's an hour and a half. That's so exciting, Ace. Yeah, she's also crazy smart. Like, yeah, she has a degree in medicine, and she's 10 years old. This is our boss, and this is the person who died, apparently, and this is our defendant.
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder. I was responsible for a man's death. That is the imitable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once. But murder? Never in a million years. It was an accident, simply an accident. I see. Hurley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or a murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
Yes, it's newly established here in Britain. The Special Disposition for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed me by.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to port over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My present hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
There isn't much to know about medicine at the time. That is true. Is Overwatch 2 cross-platform? Asking for a friend.
I see now. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition showground yesterday. Yes! Or rather, no. The devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion.
Sounds the same to me.
You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating. Humans, like all matter, are made of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible, using sufficiently high voltage, to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis.
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science. Is he dancing?
Oh, but dare to imagine it. Dare to dream of such incredible technology. Mamba. Just to think. One moment I could be here in the cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again.
Well, yes, that would be incredible.
And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at a great Parisian theater, say. The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet would be within reach.
So, no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days.
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly. the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk. My word, that's exactly right. What? What are the implications? What does this mean? Oops, that's got Professor Bunny Brain really worried by the looks of it. Clearly, it's yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment. Because particle demonstrations cost a lot of money that young scientists like you don't have. That's exactly it, yes. Hurley's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science. Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Asman. The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean?
The victim.
The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Asman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man? He first visited me in the laboratory in Germany a year ago now.
Ah. So Germany, then.
He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thank my lucky stars. I see. So you hadn't really known each other until then. Money for scientific research. I'm so envious. As far as I'm concerned, the man was an angel.
You know what this guy's hair reminds me of? He reminds me of the scientist outfit from Miitopia. This is why I hate Overwatch. Wait, what happened? What happened, Drippy?
Oh, really? An archangel, if even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presenting at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Asman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications. But then, your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion.
It's not download. Grr. Grr. Right.
As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Asman. I would never have thought of taking the man's life.
Yo, random question. I just saw a TikTok before stream. In the UK, when you go shopping, whether it be clothes or, I don't know, candles and stuff like that, do you have self-checkouts? Here in the Americas, we only have, at least in Canada, we only have self-checkouts at, like, grocery stores. You do? That's amazing. I wish we had that. The TikTok was all about, like, oh, like, when I go to stores in America, it's really annoying because there's someone there who greets me and then they make me buy this and ask me about this and this, and then I have to pay while going towards them, and then it convinced me into this. And then they were like, versus, and then it walks into a UK store, picks us up, buys stuff, and then leaves by themselves. I'm like, there's no, that's so cool. In Canada, we have, like, self-checkout in pharmacies and dollar stores. In dollar stores and pharmacies now? Oh my god, yes, Canada. You're moving up in the world. It's expanding. Yeah, before it was only grocery stores and Walmart, which is still kind of, there's like half a grocery store. Man, yes, Canada. Yes. Cole doesn't get out much. I'm in Argentina. What do you mean Cole doesn't get out much? I'm not in the country. How am I supposed to hear about that from here? Self-checkouts don't exist here, to my knowledge at all, because theft. Yeah, that's amazing that it's expanding in Canada. That's terrific. I wish they would expand that to clothes stores and stuff, because I hate talking to people. The part I hate most about going to the malls is walking into one and someone being like, "Hey, would you like this?" I'm like, "No, I just wanna not. I just wanna look, thanks." Because they've been in dollar stores and pharmacies for years. Not in Canada. Not in Canada, because I've been to pharmacies and dollar stores, and they didn't. Unless it was just expanding, you know, and the ones I went to didn't have them. But anyway. No one here would be honest enough to actually pay, myself included. Just wear headphones. But then I feel awful for like ignoring them. You know, it's Canadian. I hate it. But yeah, that'd be nice if Canada could keep expanding and all the stores have self-checkouts. Self-checkouts are chef kisses. Love it. Love it.
Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying.
I live on the biggest city in Canada, so my perception of Canada expanding is a little skewed. Fair. We're on opposite end of the spectrum, Lily. Am I done here then? Do I show him this?
Ugh, how could this have happened? You must feel awful, as well as,
Is that a bald spot on his head? I can't tell if that's the lighting or if that's supposed to be a bald spot.
as well as a man losing his life. The Crystal Tower was greatly damaged. I know what happened. It must have been that. That,
I hate when people do that.
the day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I'd slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now. It's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what this is. For a scientist, he has some very illogical antidotes.
Long and illogical. We still jump over the spinny things. Overwatch 2 isn't real. I mean, true, it doesn't exist yet. I have nothing else to talk about. Oh, should I show him my armband? Oh, I think that was right.
Ah, fascinating, yes. In Japan, where I come from, it's a symbol of a defense lawyer. Wearing it is very bracing, I find. Your words make some sense to me, but they are entirely illogical. What do you mean? Well, for example, I find this white laboratory coat that I wear for my work very bracing too. However, in my case, there is perfectly logical reason for that feeling. Oh, really? What is it? I purchased the wrong size by mistake. This one is too small for me. The sleeves, especially, are extremely bracing. I can barely move my wrists. That's what you call logical, is it? Of course, it's entirely logical. That's science, Mr. Naruto.
Okay, cool. I think we can go now. Does the employee lose their job when too many people do it, though? Maybe? I could imagine. If your job is to prevent people from doing from stealing, you're kind of not doing your job. I would hate this game. We've been talking to this man for 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely could cut down on stuff for sure. Wait, now what? The kettle's on. Hi, Iris. Why is the kettle on?
The kettle's gently simmering away there on top of the stove as usual. It was kind of a Mrs. Sato to send that Japanese tea. You really like it, don't you, Iris? But for me, it's the sound of the stove and burbling kettle I like the most. On biting winter mornings. And it feels even cozier in here when the delightful Iris pours the tea for me. I really couldn't manage without that wonderful young girl. Oh, Bruno, it's so sweet of you to say so.
Oh, I'm not. I'm doing the voices wrong.
Stop putting words in my mouth, Iris.
Oh, no, I said it right. Oh, okay. Converse? What to do? I was thinking the same thing, Trippy. Like, man, this guy's trying to become a poet now.
I'm so excited about the prospect of Naruto's Anything Consulting opening for business again. That's not what it's called. It's Naruto's legal consultancy. I've done a lot of studying these past 6 months, reading law texts and judicial precedents. I'm sure I'm a better lawyer now. I can't wait to start practicing again. Nothing's changing here at all, though, has it? It's as though time has stood still in here since Susie went back to Japan. I wanted to keep it ready for Mrs. Sato in case she was able to return to Britain at any point. So I've just left everything the way it was. Oh, I see. Right. And there was me thinking it's because of the way you are, Runo. You know, never bothering to tidy up, I mean. Iris, this isn't the time or the place to bring up tidiness. Or lack of it.
Have you seen the video of Lizzo playing James Madison's crystal flute? No. I have no idea what that is or what that contains. Maybe I go to Sholmes Suite? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, where art thou? Nope, never mind. Maybe I'll go to here? Oh, everyone's saying it's amazing, so I believe if you send me the link, I'll check it out after stream. Is there anything for me to... Oops. Yo, boss, what am I doing now? Do you want me to show you this paper?
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition, of course.
No, not that. The story on the back page.
What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you.
Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well. If it interests you.
It does. Strangely.
So James Madison had a crystal flute, and it hasn't been played in like 200 years, and it was super significant that Lizzo got to play it, but my brain very much so wanted to see her just full on spike it against the crowd. Playing the flute of a slave owner. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I'm really excited to see that now. Yeah, I was gonna say I would also want, my brain would also go smash it, smash it. Van Zieks is our rival, lover, rival. I think he's a little too old for us to be a lover. Fortunately, Lord Van Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. I don't know. I get a little, you know, I get a little bit between them. I feel like they respect each other. I feel like, you know, he's clearly a dom and he's clearly a sub. So like, yeah, or like I get the sugar daddy vibes, you know? I don't know. I see it. He's a weird theater kid. That too. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. Yo, he fights?
But that That's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked, though? Do we know?
The man's Batman. Right, Ace? Okay, good. I'm glad it's not just me. Phoenix and Edgeworth were lovers. These two are just weirdos. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, maybe it's like destiny. Like, these two weren't able to get together, so their ancestors, Phoenix and Edgeworth, were, you know, they could get together. It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zeeks. But the man was acquitted. I've no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. It's a past of people just, you know. True. True. I do not ship it. Look, I'm not saying I ship it. I'm just saying I can see it, you know?
Large sums of money.
A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday.
But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely?
The victim's henchman certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman. Uh-oh. Mr. O.D. Asman.
Did you say Asman? That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Oh.
Unbelievable.
So true. Among Us Fall Guys King. Sassman, I love it. I wonder. Could I ask you something?
Oh, I wonder. Could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart?
Try me.
Why do you use Lord Van Zeeks as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeek's fists.
That's not what it says. Oh, Assman. Oh, I thought you meant S at the front of the A. Wait. What? What's his name? Am I dumb? Asman. I put the S. You said to put another S in front of the A. I did, and that made that made Sassman. I'm just going off what you said, Drippy.
I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense. But still, something's clearly going on here.
I have Van Zeeks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, no, you're wrong. No, I'm right. You said put another S in front of the A. I put it in front of the A, and that made Sassman. Sassman, you're being a Sassman right now. You're being a Steven, no, a Samuel Sassman right now. Any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following these trials are nothing to do with him.
But that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hands?
No, I didn't. I'm looking at it right here. All I said was Splatoon 3. You're imagining things. Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the crown. Unless he wishes to otherwise, of course. Gaslighting, gatekeeping, girl bossing, splatooning. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. Justice for old people. Oh, just old people things. I read justice for old people. I was like, what? I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget. 11 hours late? Bro.
11 hours? That's quite something.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man.
I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh, yes. Where would I find Lord Van Zeeks now?
Are we gonna see his house? I would assume he's at his office.
Right. I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth.
He has called Lord Van Zeeks a horse. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Haybrain's defense entirely in your hands.
No, of course, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, my lord. Kumbaya.
All right. Well, let's go. The prosecutor's office. Oh my god. You think it's gonna be candelabras and chandeliers? Oh, this is exactly as I imagined it. It's a castle.
Oh, is this the legendary Reaper's office? Yes, it appears so. Brr, it sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazing deathly atmosphere. Oh, is that? That hooded figure was so still. I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is.
That has to be him, right? That has to be Van Zeeks. He's not just a theater kid. He's fully convinced himself he's a vampire. Does Reaper have a massive painting of himself in the back? Apparently. I'll check it out afterwards. What are you doing here?
Ah!
It's him. Or isn't him. Wait. Was that someone else? No, that's him. That's him? That's him. Anyways, Lily, this is Van Zeeks.
He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so.
Red Bull, chill with the ad. I see. I need to see the reveal. No, Ace! GP, are you being sarcastic?
Oh, I'm glad to see you're well.
I am. Ace, no. Does dude have a random person just... I can't tell if it was him in the corner and he took the thing off, or if that was someone else. I can't tell. Like a candlelit altar. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at the background. Look right here. In court, he always has wine bottles and glasses that he smashes all the time. He has so many. He brings them from home. He's like, all right, I'll need about 5 wine bottles for this case. I'll need a couple cups.
So, who's the person over by the wall?
Oh, it is someone else.
Being punished for something or other?
No punishment is taking place here.
Oh.
That's my apprentice. He's sitting there of his own free will.
I didn't know you had an apprentice.
What is this game? It is a masterpiece, Lily. He should write it into his tax deductions, wine glasses, and bottles.
It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper.
Is that the Reaper? Is it like a crazy fanboy who... So, in this game, Lily, every time someone loses, every time Van Zeeks doesn't win in court, the person he was trying to, get arrested ends up dying the next day miraculously. So they call Van Zeeks the Reaper because they think there's a curse around him. But, we don't know if it's actually him killing them or if it's someone else. I think it might be his assistant now. Look at those shoulder Dude just came out from marching band. They look like they're made of like metal though. Like they're metal shoulder plates. He's very he's very able in combat. A requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Tutelage.
Are you referring to the attack from the Reaper that was reported in the papers?
The Reaper. I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. They twinkle when he walks. They absolutely jingle, like chinga chinga jingle. He could be related to both Von Karma and that's the thing. I was trying to read up on him, and people don't know if he's related to Edgeworth or the Von Karmas. This is the first day in 3 weeks where I haven't played Splatoon 3. It's so cold and so dark out here. And it's been the first time in 3 weeks we played Ace Attorney. What a coinky-dink. Assuming that is, such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms. Well then, let's have a little talk, shall we? Actually, no, I want to look at things. I need to see these.
Look at that fine collection of hollow chalices and bottles neatly lined up here.
My hollowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. And then I break them, and I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world. Then why do you break so many? He's purposely writing them off on tax receipts. Like, I need to make sure the government's paying for these. You can defeat this man with a strong magnet.
And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless.
Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide off the mark sometimes.
Oh!
Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile. Don't blame me!
So it's my fault? Silly me. How could I ever have thought otherwise?
Don't go blaming that on me. Yeah, no worries, Clem. Have fun! Alright, I'm so curious. I gotta see the rest of his room.
Lord Van Zeke's desk look... It's so... Oh, Lord Van Zeke's desk, look! It's so stylish. And that's a marble chess set beside it. Chess? That's the Western version of our Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems. Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case. And I'd love to challenge Lord Van Zeke sometime. To bout of shogi problems. If you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own, at home.
Okay. This picture.
That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's your fault. I have rage issues. Yo, what?
It's a very majestic outfit and pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very good job of capturing Lord Van Zeke's facial features.
So it is Van Zeke's. Interesting.
Yes, you're right. I mean, it's not far off, but the artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness, I think.
Oh, whoa.
Ah, that reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive when they painted him. How vain. That's really not an attractive quality in a person, is it?
The portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious.
Oh, then who is it?
My daddy. It has to be his father, right? Really, a foot away and so right? Yo, he's not that attractive.
Oh, look! It's a scale model of the Great Exhibition Showground. That's amazing! I wonder why it's here. Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person. Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket.
Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid.
Huh?
You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved.
Ugh, I really didn't think he'd overhear that.
You guys are talking so loudly. Of course he'd overhear that. Also, you're in his home.
Yo, Iris, let's go take a look around. Oh, look at his desk. Oh, look at that portrait. Yo, look at all this stuff.
He's like, why are you here? If someone came into your home and started wandering around, talking out loud about the things in your home, you don't think you'd be watching him like, I can hear you. I'm right here. Man, look at this family photo. Oh my god, they were an ugly baby. Oh my god. It's a dude who's like making miniature models. He would definitely have a Lego Death Star. Are you kidding me? Hands down. Is this all the bottles of kegs of wine?
Look at all these ancient casts lining the wall there. Casts in the Reaper's chamber? Or are they caskets?
Whoa.
You don't think. All those people who escaped conviction and court lying inside them. Dead, do you?
What ridiculous notions are you going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages. He's so done. He even said man.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up.
Like, good God.
Bruno and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
Yeah, I know, right? You're in my home. I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourselves to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. Exactly as I was saying. Are those... There are literally bats in his room. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Wah! They were bats! Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I expect.
He's Batman!
But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was the familiar. Just not the flying kind. He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper, then. I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary, though. Either way.
This game is equally ridiculous, but also calling itself out on how... Yeah, exactly! It's the perfect combination. I love it. Johnny English. I don't think I've seen... Wait, there's a second one? I do remember Johnny English. That was played by the guy who plays Mr. Bean, right? I love that movie.
It really looks like a punishment to me. I've never seen someone sitting like that before. He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead? If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he? Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? And I don't think he's going to talk to us. He's not dead.
He might be dead. Okay, let's talk to him. Last night's attack. Like men's, we'll call everyone out for being dick in his house, but then just so casually keep free range bats. Right? They're absolutely his pets.
Lord Strongheart said that the assault was last night was some sort of revenge attack.
True. Carried out by henchmen of Odie Asmon's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably, some hoped to kill me before that happened.
Odie Asmon?
He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means, via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Enjoy the train. So bye. Enjoy the vlog. Yeah, no worries, Lily. Have fun on the train. Make sure you don't miss your stop, and hopefully it's not raining this time. Did the train run off? Har har! You are you are old, Drippy. You're an old man at heart. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual cause of death.
I know about that. It was super high voltage, instantaneous kinesis gone wrong.
I'm 43.
Mr. Asmund died when the demonstration of the public experiment stage ended in an enormous explosion.
Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you?
Well, no. That does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of his particular death at least. It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Runo? I mean, what with you talking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him?
No, yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest.
Albert. Albert Hairbrain.
That's right. Do you know him by any chance?
Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at a university together.
You're... What? What?
Oh?
I understood that the professor's hairbrain was from Germany, though.
Hairbrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all.
So, you were students together?
I was in the faculty of law, of course, and he in science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I cannot see those two be friends. They're so drastically different. I saw a video of these two guys with their cats just cook a pretty big chicken and made chips and ate it. It was really inspiring. That does sound inspiring. That sounds very inspiring indeed, Drippy. I can't watch cooking videos because I'm like, no, now I'm hungry. Now I need to eat. And then if I eat, I'm like, no, I don't want to see food anymore, you know? I'm never in between. I'm either hungry or full. Most of the time, hungry. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. It was like they ate a dinosaur? What? And if you of all people representing him.
Ugh! Only if I make it out of his office alive.
Wait. Sorry, no. History. What did he say? I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's actually been charged with murder, it seems.
Yes, I know. Because the prosecution will be handled by me. Oh, here we go.
By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends.
We are friends. It's true.
Then why would you do this? If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed. What's Lord Van Zink's thinking?
Hello? Because the chicken was really big? Oh, okay. I thought you meant because, like, chickens are rumored to be the ancestor of T-Rexes or something.
What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean...
I'm a crown prosecutor and a mortal like any other. I'm no demigod. I'll believe it when I see it.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them.
But
That's not true.
that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all. Nor was Ginny. In fact, she was ever so hard-working now.
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. In any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work.
Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way. But you were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially.
Oh!
It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. Cole, can you breakdance? Like, not really. I'm more of like a ballet dancer, you know, proper and all that. But I do love hip hop and breakdancing. I'm not great at it, but I enjoy it. But can you? I guess, yeah. Like I took some classes in breakdancing. I can't do any really cool tricks, but I can do like stalls where you're on one hand and you like freeze in the air kind of thing, you know? But I'm not very gangster. I'm very much a white boy when I dance. Can you breakdance right now? I could. Yes. Will I? No. Whoops. Wait, I missed it. Ooh. It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful of their lives.
Do you mean to say?
That is unfortunate. I guess. It would make it for a great show, though, wouldn't it? I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor.
But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed.
If that is my fate, let God decide.
Lord Van Zeeks! Jesus.
Can I present him something?
Lord Van Zeeks, about the article in this paper.
Yes. It seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I can't whistle. Very unfortunate. I wish I could. It's one of those skills where I really truly wish I could, but I, at last, cannot whistle. The song, Anyone Can Whistle, straight lies. I can't whistle. Although, I'm pretty sure it's because I had, like, braces and retainers in my mouth for years. Neither can I. Let's go, Coffee. High five. You can? Well, then that's good for you, Drippy. You're the alpha specimen of a human. You're a Sigma male if you can whistle. Because you have to be able to whistle to catcall, you know? You gotta do the whoo whoo thing, so I guess I'm just a beta. Ew. I had no braces or retainers. You are lucky, Coffee. You are very lucky. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me. Dude, you're posing. You've got your sword up, your partner's guard. You guys went for a photo shoot. That is not a candid photo.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it?
I can snap though. I can do this. I can snap. Can you pat your head and rub your belly? I can. I was actually very good at that because dancing requires you to do a lot of things in opposition, so I can. You having had them has nothing to do with not being able to whistle, is my point. I want to believe that, but like it really messes. I feel like it's my reason. Prove it. I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, well, what do you want me to do? I will pat my head and rub my belly. All right, are you ready? Patting my head, rubbing my belly. I'll rub my chest because you can't see my belly. Do you want me to? Oh, I'm doing the opposite. I've never understood why people have found that hard. I'm insane. I'm popping off, man. Best stream ever. People who have missed this stream because of Ace Attorney, they're missing out. Yo, switcheroo. I can do the opposite as well, where I rub my head and pet my belly, but I don't want to mess up my hair, so I won't do that. As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice.
Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him.
I was just gonna ask the same question. Can any of you guys pat your head and rub your belly? Your apprentice wenches. He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Bruno. I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective.
I will attempt it right now. You got this, Drippy Man. I believe in you. You can! Let's go! I'm doing it constantly. Not that you can see or anything. I believe you, Coffee. Let's go. We are the alpha males, guys. We can pat our heads and rub our bellies. We are so cool. People wish they could be us, man. You know what would be the ultimate twist? If this dude over here in the cape turned out to be Kazuma. Like, he didn't actually die. It was all a ruse, and now he's pretending to be someone else. Can y'all gleek? What is a gleek?
He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask.
That sounds like geek, and I'm not a geek. On Lord Strongheart's orders, nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity. You don't know what gleeking is? No, I don't. You just made it sound like you don't know what it is, Drippy. Nobody knows this man's... Wait, nobody knows him? What if it's Kazuma? On Lord Strongheart's orders, nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity.
But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual?
Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his actions.
I hope you're right.
It looks like he has an owl eye.
Ah!
Yo, he's scary, for real, for real. The task is complete. Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs.
Nice to meet you?
It's when you can shoot spit from the saliva gland under your tongue? What? I don't... Are we snakes? Can we shoot saliva? How does that work? Like under your tongue. I don't even know how you could even begin to try that. What?
Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I've never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter.
It's Kazuma. It's absolutely. It has to be Kazuma. What if Kazuma's not dead, man? Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it.
Oh, I see.
Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway?
Huh? Oh, no, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to. The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be.
Bro, they're hinting towards it so heavily. It involves flexing your tongue? What? I'll have to look it up because I really don't get it. Yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. It's Satsuma? You think? No, because wait, no, you mean Sasato, right? Who's Satsuma? It's a man. Masked man. They keep saying man. I don't think it's Sasato because she's definitely in Japan right now. And they sent us a letter. Also, looking at their chins, this guy's got a really pointy chin, and Sasato's got a round baby face. It could be Herlock. What if it's Herlock? That could be why he's been so down lately. When we first started this, he was like, "Oh," all the time. Maybe it's because he's disguising as him. I mean, I hope it's Kazuma, so it's alive. He's alive, but she's a very convincing man.
Oh, what's that?
The Nipponese man. Is he faring well?
Sorry?
The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with the stoop, and the mustache, and the jitters.
Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day.
I see. Can you crack your knuckles? No. Not really. Glem can. I can do 2 of my knuckles, but not more of them. I can't blow a bubble gum either. I can't be a cool kid who goes, you know? Can't do it. Glem could do that, though. I see. I have a theory that if you can blow a bubble gum, you can whistle. Because I can't do either. Coffee, back me up. Can you blow a bubble gum? You can crack your knuckles but not blow a bubble gum? Your theory's wrong? Damn it! I was hoping. I was really hoping there. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial, and I advise you spend it investigating the case.
Yes, thank you for the advice, and for your conversation. I can't believe he's asking for Sasuke-san after Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn-up for the books.
A mad scientist? Ah, you mean Professor Hairbrain? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zieks, I think.
What? Wait, what did it say? Quizzing the professor about his relationship. Oh, yes. Drippy CM, the anomaly. I can imagine your mom didn't let you have gum much as a kid, though. I need to practice. No, we were allowed gum. No, we were definitely allowed gum. I just was never good at it. Like, my siblings can do it. I think some of my siblings can do it. I can't, though. I've never liked gum. I find it makes me more hungry. I'm like, no, like, I'd rather just eat food than have gum, you know? Yeah, exactly my thought, Trippy. Is trolling as a food. Like, if I'm chewing it, I want to eat it, you know? Also, I remember hearing a lot about how chewing gum is bad for your stomach because, like, when you're chewing food, you create saliva and your body is telling you, like, oh, I need to get ready to eat food. But then you never eat anything, so you're just creating more acids in your stomach than you need to. I don't know if it's true or not, but I remember hearing that a lot. The Reaper's varsity years.
I understand Lord Van Zeeks is a friend of yours from the university days. Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science. What was he like back then? Him? Good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, and all-around nice fellow, really. Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor, Barrick von Zeeks. What was he like when he was at university? Talk about a leading question, Bruno. As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is a little darling of the Van Zeeks family, with all his great aristocratic origins.
Oh?
I didn't realize he had such noble blood.
Little darling?
It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Barely, no less. Yes, that's right. I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
Really? What sort of event? Do you think it's his brother who died, and that's the one who was painted on the wall? As a 7-year-old? No. As a teenager, yes. As a 7-year-old, I just didn't like gum. I was like, I can't eat it, so why chew it? It's like fidget spinner, but for people with oral asphyxiations. Yeah, I'm still trippy. I still dislike it.
Ah!
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already. Oh, yes, of course. If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zeeks will be prosecuting him in court tomorrow.
Well, someone should tell him.
So, Professor, let me just, make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who was, in fact, the sole investor in your work. Is that correct? As correct as 2 squared is 4, I swear it. Yes, it's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention, so I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still, I would never use my discoveries, my intentions to take a person's life, not in a centillion.
What is a centillion? I hope that Overwatch 2 servers die instantly when it comes out so that no one can play it. I am very curious to try it because I enjoyed Overwatch 1. I just didn't have people to play it with. Peanut hater. My New Year's resolution was to stop using I and talking about myself, so I don't know how to start sentences. But you just did. You said, I hope Overwatch 2. Also, you know, Drippy, I would never in my life assume, or from all the time I've known you, be like, oh, Drippy talks about himself so much. Like, nah, man, you're good. You don't gotta worry about that. There are people who only talk about themselves. You're not one of them. I will do anything to hate Overwatch. Oh wait, that's a timeout. I mean, I'm sorry, Drippy. I think I gotta do it. Ace has requested. So as the only mod here, I think can I do it from this? No, I have to do it from here. How do I hold on? Oh, it worked. What? 2 seconds? No. Reason minutes. I meant to do 2 minutes. Well, Drippy got perished. Whoops. Well, it at least got rid of the knob. There. There we go. I love the wall of message delete. I know, right? 91 messages were deleted by a moderator. But anyways, I'm very excited to try Overwatch 2. Is it is it cross-platform? If I play on Xbox, will I be able to play with you PlayStation bozos? You far superior PlayStationers?
I'm a man of science. It is all I know. You have to believe me, please.
It is? Oh, awesome then. Good.
Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis?
Why is music so sad?
Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that all my life. I'm afraid I don't know much about science, or your theories. But I do believe you, and I will fight to prove you're innocent with all my might. I'm a man of law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything. Thank you for that, Professor. And thank you in advance for defending me in court and tomorrow in court. Right, Bruno. It's time. Time to visit the Great Exhibition. Sorry. Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it? Yes, I suppose that's true.
It is? I already knew that. Why am I? I read it as if it's the first time. Yes, there's console pool and PC pool. Oh, good. Cause I don't like going against people who play PC when I have a controller, cause their aim is so much better. Overwatch, try not to make a Japanese character a ninja challenge. Impossible. The way she held up the gun when she said it's time. It sounded like she wanted to kill him. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Honey, I'm home. Ah. Boop-a-da-boop-boop-boop-boop-doo. I guess we're going to the Great Exhibition. Boop-a-da-boop, boop-a-da-boop-boop.
Ugh, the showgrounds are a little too big for my liking. We've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I felt myself swooning 3 times.
3 hours?
There are a lot of people, aren't there? Someone's been trodden on 3 times too. Be careful, won't you, Iris? Don't let go of my hand. We finally made it through the throngs, though, by the look of it. Here we are, underneath the public experimentation stage where the explosions happened yesterday.
Oh, geez. Huh?
What the? And I can hear voices from up on the stage.
No, I can't.
It sounds like an argument.
There's no voices. You lie. If you make... Oh, it's sunshine! If you make gingerbread houses from a kit, make sure you tell Clem it's not real gingerbread. What do you mean it's not real gingerbread? It's gingerbread enough. There's an epic backflip, and everyone cheers and applauses. Yeah, Drippy! Yeah, let's go!
Right. I've had it with you this time. I'm warning you. I'll arrest you in a minute.
Oh, yeah? Go on then, Spectre. Give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence, and you know it.
Wait, I know these voices.
You got a cheeky little mouth on you, young lady. But a night in the shower will teach you some manners.
Just try it, I dare ya, if you want that bag of chips rammed down your throat. What are these angles?
Yoo-hoo, Gregsy! What are you doing up there?
I love that expression.
Not! It's you! You're here! You're here! Your ladyship! How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship.
Does that make her 3 times a lady?
I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue.
Unbelievable. I'll go and have a word for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you.
Tobias Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it would appear he's back in action now.
It's shortbread. Real gingerbread goes stale too fast to put it in a kit. Oh, really? It's always... I could never taste the difference between real and shortbread then. Yeah, he's the gumshoe ace. I love him. I love him so much.
He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes. And for that reason, he can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be.
Watch it, sunshine.
Sorry.
What gives then? Don't tell me you're in class. You're on this case.
Yes, I'm acting for the defense.
So we're here to investigate.
If I see Iris in real life, I'm going to punt her. Why? What do you have against Iris? Have you had real gingerbread? I'm assuming so. I don't... I've never kept track of where I ate it from, so I'm assuming I had. Kidding, whoa, maybe.
Dear me. What kind of situation is it?
To be fair, though, anytime I see a kid in public, Drippy, my immediate thought is punt. You know, but I think go like, no, don't. You'll be arrested. Don't punt. Me too, Drippy. Can you tell me Drippy again for being?
Is it really that troubling?
Tisk, a messy fight, Bob. Is that all you got?
You're a lawyer, ain't ya? You could stand to carry a bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Naruto. What? Hey! That's my last bit of spending money, that is.
You can have it back, but I'll have to charge you for all the bother. 3 bob. Bruh.
This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket, or diver, born and bred in East London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court.
What's your problem, older? Diver, pickpocket, what's with all the name calling? You want a bag of chips rammed down your throat and all, do ya?
I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gretchen about it, weren't you? I assume you've been up to your usual tricks here at the showground.
That ain't no way to talk to a lady, Oda. After years a long time, people can change. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective. What? So you'll have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now. She is... Oh my god, is she under, Mr. Sunshine's wing? Between when they put in Kit and Real Gingerbread, you have never had real... I don't believe that's true, Coffee. I absolutely believe I've had real gingerbread before. I've just never been able to tell the difference because they taste like ginger. Ginger is such a strong flavor, you know? Remember when you got a time on Jimmy Utopia? Yeah, I turned off the camera. I do, that was fun. For showing me the same animation twice. I really need to see that.
Inspector? The badge is homemade, surely.
The inspector report is entirely accurate. No one calls her that.
Isn't entirely accurate.
No one calls her that. For what it's worth anyway, investigating is not the cards for all of us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, I'll be back up top. You hold out the fort down here, right?
Right, sir. They are working together. I love that. I was just going to say the exact same question, Drippy.
This raises a lot of questions.
This music. About Gina.
It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in the connection of a case I was working on. At the time, she was living in East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive a pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder. And she wears Raphael's head as a hat.
I had a lot of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The diving was working out. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done.
So, you went from being a pickpocket to a detective?
You got it. Good. Good in it. Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like something out of a book, eh?
Talk about sea change.
Now I have to know, are the gingerbread men from Tim Hortons real ginger? Or are they, shortbread? And then there's Iris's old man to think about.
Iris's father, you mean?
Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world to pull out all the stops looking for him. Oh, but he's dead.
Just a small promise, then. Nothing serious.
Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet.
Why gingerbread people call gingerbread men sometimes? They should be called men. Actually, retract. I don't want to eat men. So anyway, that's how I came. That's how come I had to go at a test for Scotland Yard. Only trouble is, I don't read so well, do I?
Just a small problem, nothing serious.
And that's when Hurley approached Craigsy and asked for help. So the inspector said they'd take full responsibility for Ginny and made her short of an apprentice.
That was very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson and brave.
Well, you know Hurley, he enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants.
The great detective likes digging for dirt, in other words.
So, the long and the short of it is, if you've got questions about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade.
Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there?
What, Bruno, what?
Well, 6 months ago, Gina was a defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper. A trial in which she was found not guilty, and yet she's still here.
Come on, you're not still on about that, are you? The Land of the Reaper or whatever it's called. Cool, yeah, you don't have to worry, Otto.
If I didn't have to worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left.
It's like I told you before, innit? The Reaper is kinda like I'm upstairs. So who knows what I'm like on the inside? That I ain't really doing nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong might be stretching a point.
What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He's perfectly fine, isn't he?
Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning, I thought.
Exactly. I ain't worried. I'm totally fine.
It probably isn't real gingerbread coal, especially since the whipped cream at Timmy's isn't real either. Don't tell me that, Ace! Don't tell me that! Okay, I'm caught up. That's interesting. I never knew about that for the Hershey bar. Very interesting. Hershey pretty much has a monopoly on chocolate in the US. That's crazy. Cool. It was out of this world, it was. The brainy bloke pulled a bunch of levers on the machines, and suddenly it started billowing smoke. I ain't seen a better experiment yet.
Sorry?
You mean you saw it, Ginny? Ginny, you with your own eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smoothly, I mean.
The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's gonna take some getting used to.
So all I have to say is that I'm on duty, and I can do whatever I want to. Get this, I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from above. No, you're so lucky, Ginny. Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too.
After seeing so many videos of hot air balloons going horribly wrong, I'm not very excited to one day go in a hot air balloon. Like, for a real monopoly. I don't know. Yeah, because monopolies are illegal now, right? Anime's doing the same thing. Like, one of them bought the other one. Funimation bought Crunchyroll or vice versa. And now they're buying smaller anime streaming sites as well. It's absolutely a monopoly. But yeah, Cole, Tim's employees are told we can't call it whipped cream and have to call it whipped topping. Otherwise, we could get in trouble. No way! Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. If it's not whipped cream and it's just whipped topping, maybe it's vegan? I would love to bring Glem to a Tim Hortons and get her a gingerbread cookie. That'd be amazing. I kind of doubt they'd be vegan, though. Play a Hat in Time. This is Spooky World. It counts. I do want to play a Hat in Time one day. I've heard there's co-op in it, so I kind of want to play it with Glem. I think that'd be fun. For like 150 years. Oh, okay. I am certain they are not vegan, especially if they are shortbread. I figured they wouldn't be, but I had a little bit of hope, you know? Coffee really cares with anime. Oh, Coffee writes essays about the anime streaming sites. Yeah, do it. You know to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all.
Then it's settled. When do I start?
No, you can't join Scotland Yard, Iris.
Well, we'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was a success?
Oh, right. Well, it was a success, in a way.
It was. How can it have been?
Shortbread is pretty much butter and sugar and a bit of flour. Ah, yeah, no, that would not be vegan then. But if that's true, maybe Glem and I could make vegan gingerbread? If we use vegan butter? Possibly?
Surely, after the whole machine blew up, no one could call the experiment a success.
It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a load of smoke and that whopping great bang. But where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the crystal tower over there. So it actually worked?
What? In the tower?
You can see it for yourself, can't you? Up there above the scaffold.
Oh, where all that glass is broken, you mean?
Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with. Really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over there. So, you see, it did kind of work, didn't it?
What? I don't believe it.
I mean, I don't get the ins and outs of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Oh, I tell you what, you can have this. It's the plan of the experiment they drew up at the yard.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go on. I did 3 bob off you before, so fair's fair.
Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, did I?
I'll take it.
Something Inspector Gregson said before seemed a little strange.
Ace, I forgot to ask you, did you end up 100%ing Overwatch 1?
For what it's worth, anyway, investigating dropped the cards for all of us.
Yes, naughty old Gregsy ran off after that without explaining himself.
Oh, right, that. The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine what blew up yesterday.
Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant.
In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigations?
Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate either.
Why?
What did the boss call him again? The forensic investigation team, I think. Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, eh? In it.
So even Scotland Yard's own detectives can investigate. Yes, I've never heard something like that before.
I thought I could have had a gander on the quiet, though, but the boss caught me at it. You probably heard him giving me an earful about it from down here, didn't you? It's not really fair.
I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it.
About shelter dogs with special needs. Oh my god, I want to cry. Also, welcome back, Queen! Also, oh, those ads, they know what they're doing. They make you feel bad on purpose. Oh, I hate them. If I could help, I would, man. Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what make them so stubborn. Ace. Did you complete Overwatch 1? I forgot to ask the other day. Did you get all the achievements? Were you a success? You say something to him, Oda. Go on, see if you can get him through to him.
He's up on the platform above us, is he? Where the machine that exploded is?
We could try, can't we, Bruno? Gregsy will listen to us.
You got them all? Yo, let's go, Ace! That is one hell of an achievement. Yo, guys, we got a true gamer amongst us. That's crazy. Yes, Ace. Yes. Also, I'm curious. Do you guys know in Overwatch 2, because the first game had loot boxes, are there going to be loot boxes in the second one? Or is it going to be like a Fortnite Battle Pass kind of thing? I want to look at this real quick. Interesting. Very interesting. Just Battle Pass? Okay, okay. I don't know how I don't know what I like more or less, but interesting. Wait, what? Do I have to? Oh, I zoom up. Well, then how do I move over there? Can I go up here?
These stairs always lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where they...
Yeah, I'd like to. Oh, good, we can. Okay. Yo. Big gun.
So that's it, is it? The machine that blew up.
Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion. And I've seen my fair share.
You've seen things like this before, you mean?
No more loot boxes, battle pass and stuff, yeah. Yeah, stuff you have to buy with real money, I'm pretty sure. Boo. Since it's free to play, they gotta make money somehow. Boo. Yeah. I don't have anything against battle passes. Especially if they give you your money back and you can get the next battle pass for free. I love games that do that. Like Fortnite, that's awesome they do that. I just wish not all games decided, yeah, you know what? Battle passes are now the standard. Every game needs to have a battle pass. Like, then surely there's other ways you can do things, you know? Something more creative? It feels like after Breath of the Wild came out, every game was, oh, it's a Breath of the Wild type game. Now everything's a battle pass. I can't have battle passes for 5 games going at once, man. I don't have that much time to game.
Of course, Hurley's always doing experiments that end in a bang.
That's my thoughts. After all, what are your guys' thoughts on battle passes?
In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry.
Ah, that might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting from the upstairs.
One time, he made something that exploded with such force, it took the roof off the building. I wish you'd be there to see it, Bruno.
It's hard to get too excited about that, given that I now live in the roof.
Oh yeah, no worries, Coffee. I hope it goes well, man.
Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate.
Oh, look! Inspector Gregson is over there. He seems to be deep in thought about something, whilst eyeing up the machine carefully.
Really, he just looks to be confused to me.
Ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
He ripped himself apart magnificently, did it?
Magnificently. Mercilessly.
So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled, and then beamed through the air?
Yes, beamed. Not blasted. That's the point.
Yes, that part's crucial, really. So something like that even possible, though?
How, Bruno? I'm just a child.
How should I know? You have a degree in medicine.
A child when it suits you, you mean?
From what I can tell, I think if you were to pull this leather here...
Stop! Don't touch that!
that was practically instantaneous kinesis. The way you flew over here now, Gregsy.
Please, your ladyship, I didn't mean to startle you, but I can't let you touch anything up here.
So sorry. You can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
glug, 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 glug. Oh, wonderful. You're just really wonderful.
It's just like old times, this is.
Bum.
We're representing Professor Harebrain in court tomorrow, Inspector. So we should be allowed to examine the scene.
Try, listen, Sunshine. Even I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's a blessed special dispensation for scientific equipment, Actor Brain. It's driving me potty.
No, yes, that special dispensation. I bet you mentioned that too.
More red tapes. All we need. I don't know what the government's think is playtime playing at something.
Oh my god, I can't read today.
But we're allowed to just look, aren't we?
Yes?
Surely that's all right, isn't it, Gregsy?
Of course, your ladyship. Anything you say, your ladyship. But please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you?
Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Bruno?
She really knows how to get what she wants.
Bum. So, I can just look. I can't touchy touch. Alright, fine. Fine. Well, let's take a look then, shall we? Look at that bad boy.
That amazing horn-shaped device is pointing towards the Crystal Tower. I suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they're shot out of that thing to wherever they are going.
I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Bruno. It was set to up to beam people to the Crystal Tower, where they reconstructed in their original form.
Well, I don't like the look of it. If it was as amazing as it looks, the accident wouldn't have happened in the first place, of course.
I suppose that's true, yes.
But nothing ever goes according to plan, does it?
Balloons. Oh, there's a lot of them.
So, those are people carrying balloons, dangling slightly in the skies over London. I always thought that day would come when humans would discover how to fly. But I never imagined it would involve them being suspended from colorful floating to Maori handballs.
I'm sure it must feel amazing being up there, among the clouds. Let's take a ride together, Bruno, please.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I would like to try it. Without a cast iron guarantee that the thing won't plummet to the ground, I'm too scared.
Same, bro.
Oh well, in that case, I should tell you what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground, as long as it doesn't explode.
Yes, that call me crazy, but I think that exploding part might play on my mind a little. Just a smidge. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think.
Touch anything, I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear?
I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please, spare a thought of your digestion. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims?
Yes, looking totally incredulous. Incredulous. Give it a rest, Sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't, can we?
Because of the annoying rules, you mean?
I am in a 20,000 player queue for the same game that was out yesterday. That is crazy, Trippy. First guy to fly across the channel in a balloon had to throw everything overboard to drop weight and avoid crashing, including his food and his trousers. Bro, really? His trousers, how much did his trousers weigh? That's crazy.
Exactly. annoying, obstructive flaming rules.
Oh, look at the base of the machine there.
Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh.
It's a screwdriver, I think.
Oh, isn't it lovely? Isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of the capital letter A.
It is. Oh yeah, you're right.
What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything I said. Touch anything and I'll make sure I'll kill you before I get strung up myself, I said.
Yes, I understand. Sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit.
But Gregsy, I'm very curious about the screwdriver. Really very, very curious.
Of course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this.
I think he just had to land in Britain naked and hungry. Poor dude.
But I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
But Bruno found it first.
I assure you, I investigated thoroughly.
Oh, he disappeared.
He's gone off with it.
Humph, that was very mean, I'm afraid. Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now.
Poor Gregsy.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I think we're good here.
What is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you see.
Why?
Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery.
Wait, it's turning? But it looks completely still.
It's definitely moving.
Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete rotation takes about
Half an hour? Imagine being stuck in one of those things for half an hour.
If you were mad enough to go in one, it would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think?
I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride, Bruno.
One I will never go on.
There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition Ground, aren't there? I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time.
Oh, in your country, Bruno. I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one...
A steel... Reference! Reference alert! I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories I've written especially. Reference!
And I'd see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against some Barutsu Master Ninjas.
It's... Reference! Reference!
You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think.
Oh, well that's dull.
Oh, but I do know a prosecutor with a comm mage top knot I could introduce you to.
A con mage, really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him, do you?
Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes.
Didn't he cut it off in the last... Oh, he's here again. Hello, Gregsy. So, like, a hungry Frenchman with no pants just fell out of the sky. You know, everyday stuff.
Using a high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body. And then beam him across to the Crystal Tower. It's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public.
True. It was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition, mind.
To be honest, I'm a bit surprised if it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean.
The government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. They're more worried about being ahead of the game than the odd spots of public safety infringements. If they can be the first to develop some new technology, it makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see.
Yes, I suppose that's true in a way.
So the powers that we are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' right at the moment.
What sort of rights?
They're making it so that any theories the brains have remain their legal property, as it were. Right through developing it into a practical idea and even going into production. Which, in the infuriating reason, is for us coppers aren't allowed to touch such crime scene. Because the new high-voltage special suspension for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it.
No, I see.
The only people with permission to investigate here are from some brand new department at the yard. The Forensic Investigation Team is called. We've been relegated to keeping guard.
Forensic investigation team.
Any old fool can see that leads of scrap metal was a sham to begin with. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it.
Poor Craigsy. He's very het up, isn't he? Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? We just talked about this, dude.
Are you having me out at Sunshine? It's a special science development.
Yes. I think Caroline mentioned that recently with a twinkle in his eye.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. But especially for as great an exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions or some suits in the civil service. And if it gets rubber stamped, it's a guarantee of rights to maintain the inventor's confidentiality.
What does that really mean?
Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me. Put forward by shammers like yourself.
Thanks for that. Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
That might be fun for you, but a member of the force has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine that? Hang science, that's what I say.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
You'd soon think it's otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions.
But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point.
Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly.
Sorry?
Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas, if any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant.
The scientist gets funded.
Exactly, and that's what they're all after. All these shammers coming from far and wide to clog up the Hyde Park. And who wants to keep them all safe, eh? Who wants to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, that's who. As you can see, why I say it's now, can't you? Hang science, hang it!
No. Maybe I can see your point.
Boobadoo boodoo, Professor Hairbrain.
Apparently, Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now, conducting his research.
That's right. Come back to Britain especially for the Great Exhibition, as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants. Humph.
Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. It turned out he was at the university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zeeks.
Nay, what's that? That's news to me. But the Van Zeeks man's the prosecution, then the accused the professor's fate is
Sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or another.
Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking of Van Zeeks, this morning's paper ran a story of him being attacked. Read that.
Oh, yes, but Mr. Reaper's completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, huh? How long is that business gonna keep up, I wonder?
Doing voices makes me so yawny. Boo, the mystery of the Reaper.
The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman. He was another of the Reaper's victims, so I heard.
Lord Baron Van Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor. But even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win.
Yes, I've heard that about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And That's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Isn't it?
Obviously.
I just noticed his collar. He has both of his collar. This man is so pimped. He has not one, but 2 of his collars popped.
Obviously. Scotland Yard suspected Van Zieks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands. If he failed to seal the deal in court.
Although the man himself denies that charge.
Well, we've done a thorough investigation, and the conclusion we've reached is that Lord Van Zieks is no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom.
Really?
There's no question in my mind. I stake my reputation on it, I would.
But if it's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't just have coincidentally died if nobody killed them.
I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper.
Professor Hairbrain mentioned something else. He said that at the university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person. Easygoing and kind.
You know what? Oh, you what?
He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to the man.
I'm gonna play multiverse. No one can get into this game except from critical, and he's Jesus, so I can't compete. Maybe Canadian Jesus can compete. Maybe if I let my hair down, I'll be able to get in. Only Jesuses are allowed to play right now. I heard you got Rick. How is Rick? How is Rick Frances? How does he compare to Morty in Multiverse?
Do you have any idea what it was?
No clue.
Really?
I didn't play him. Okay, well, report back when you find out.
Look, I got my hands full of watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh?
The way she stares at him. I don't really have anything else to do here then, I guess. Should we... Oh. Let's... Wait, can I go back down? How do I go back down? I want to examine other stuff. How do I leave? I would like to leave, please. Move. Maybe if I go somewhere else and come back. And if I go back to the stage. Okay, good, I'm here again. I talked to you about everything. Yeah, we're fine with that. Okay, let me look around. That's where the cove ended up after is instant kinesis, or whatever they call it. Dead, of course.
And yet they're calling the experiment a success?
I'm playing as gremlins. Oh, I forgot they were in the game. Oh my god. Also, whenever you log in, you see Rick's face, which is definitely something. Oh, interesting. I am going to start putting Hiranga in your chat every day. I remember it. Is that for A?
What's the wooden scaffold there for?
That scared me. Damn it. Yes? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. The coppers, or lads, set it up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know, really. Was he stuck in the clock?
Didn't you, Help to erect a scaffold then?
No, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping lookout for the fun stuff.
Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that, or he'll give you the boot. It's incredible though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis?
I don't believe it.
The Crystal Tower is certainly an apt name. It was built to be the focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is, being so tall with all that glass. I can't imagine a building like this ever being erected in Japan.
There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum.
A zoo? Drippy Zoo?
But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to go through the doors.
Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw.
And thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut.
Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower.
Apparently, everyone's taken to the skies now to look down on the disaster area from above instead. But there's a 3-hour queue to go up in the balloon now.
Londoners must be very patient people. I've been asking for you for a while now, but what are those funny round blobs?
We just talked about balloons. Wait, what?
I've read about situations like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. Creatures from outer space could coming around flying objects to attack Earth.
What?
I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in the Great Exhibition. This is it, Iris. It's happening.
It's not. Don't worry. I'll explain it all to you later over a nice cup of tea, Bruno.
Bruno. Come on, man. What's this?
Ah, it looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here.
Dropped or hid?
That's not very hidden. Is that a crossbow?
What is this? Some parts of the machine that exploded?
Maybe. It could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps.
What's going on here?
Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this, just in case.
That definitely looks like a crossbow. Alright, so someone obviously shot at the machine. And that's why it blew up. Maybe it's not a screwdriver. Maybe it shot that as an arrow. My life is like a video game? How so? How so, Drippy?
It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. Looks extremely durable.
It's canvas, I think. Some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well.
Maybe that means it had something to do with the explosion.
Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn.
Okay. I love getting the Tim's hockey card ad as if it wasn't one of the worst times to work there. No! I'm sorry, Ace.
Runa, listen.
What? What is it?
I've been thinking.
At least they're showing a Canadian ad on my channel. That's homie, you know?
Hurley might know something, mightn't he?
About what?
About Mr. Reaper.
About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe. But I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
Here, this is what you need.
What's this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madame Tussspells. Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like.
No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow.
But that's where Hurley is.
What? At this point? At this popular London attraction?
Yes,
How is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Bruno.
Because I loved having middle-aged men getting mad because we didn't have any more. Oh, I'm sorry, Ace. That sucks. I feel like the hockey cards are better than the Justin Bieber's brew, though. Seeing cups of Justin Bieber's name on it, I would have rather hockey cards.
I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then strange things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Shum's usually at the heart of them.
Well, I guess we're moving. Madame Tussspells. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Why did Tim Hortons have a Justin Bieber item? I don't know. Like, he's Canadian, but good for him. I don't know. If they're handing out Canadian drinks to famous Canadians, yo, I want my ticket. I want a ColeHillChills Canadian drink. Please and thank you. Oh, limited time mode. Oh. I just thought it honestly just looked like you missed an E. Cause I and L looks the same, like item. Oh, hello? Oh, hello? Oh, hello. Anime for real.
What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. But why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight.
They're all wax models. Oh, terrific. Wait. Oh my god, the guy in the corner? That's not a model. That's the cop from the show, from one of the last trials. He was in trouble. I don't think he was arrested.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
What? Wax models?
Ah.
I read about dead bodies and wax ones in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can be turned to wax, apparently. It's called
adipoxery.
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Bruno. You're scaring me. Anyway, adipocracy doesn't form, but
What do you say? Doesn't form readily, you know. It's only in very specific.
what now?
I just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
None of the exhibits in here are real.
Anime.
They're all entirely man-made. Replicas.
They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them.
I feel like I've never seen wax models in real life. I know there's one in Niagara Falls. There's a wax model museum. But I would be so freaked out. I would be so scared. I would not want to participate, man. I'd not want to see anime.
There's no way anyone could make models of people that are this.
Oh, for.
And they're all such gruesome scenes. Wait.
What is it?
Oh, no. I must be seeing things.
Herlock, I swear to God. Oh. Because that's not creepy at all. Hello? Okay, well, first of all, this is the dude. This is a real person. This is a real person. This is anime.
Is this some infamous murderer?
Yes, called Jane the Ripper. All her victims were young women.
I knew it! You could tell by the way she's in holding the knife. Sure, signs of
Murder? I don't know what you're talking about, Queen. I have matured. I'm done going through puberty. My voice doesn't do that thing, the cracking thing. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't totally doesn't happen. Still, even though I'm 28 years old.
Ah!
What's the matter, Bruno?
I've worked it out! I know what she's doing! She's trying to fill that bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's gore.
Gross.
Not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here. It doesn't mention anything about bathtub.
Really?
Sorry, I don't think it's significant.
I still think it has to be there for a reason.
Straight up an anime though, for real. All right, can we look at the dead body over here, please?
Is this an arm?
It looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the wax work models has fallen over.
You don't think it could be the work of one of the mass murderers in here, do you?
Bruno, just stop scaring me.
Is it a wax arm or a real one?
Come on, you're always pointing that finger of yours in court. Poke that arm now and see how it feels.
Objection!
So we're not gonna find out?
That big heavy curtain is a very prominent position, isn't it? I have a nasty feeling there's gonna be something truly terrifying behind it.
Oh yes, that's the famous Touch Spells special exhibit. It depicts one of England's most notorious killers. Do you want to pay the extra fee and have a look?
Pay more money? To be even more terrified? Oh, let me think about that for a moment.
It was only a suggestion.
That basically describes all horror games.
These models are so well made, I can't tell what's a waxworth and what's a real human.
Or maybe all the exhibits are real people. And when it's closing time and all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about.
Ugh, just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home.
Oops. Really? We can't wake him up? But he's the detective. I mean, he's the copper. That's sad. Ugh, you.
Ugh, is this an example of Western Tsutsuji Guri?
I don't know what that is.
You know, when an unsculpturous samurai rarely attacks a passerby to test his sword.
I still don't know, no. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. Could you model it, do you think, Bruno? Doing that Tootsie thing you mentioned?
Well, I do have a sword,
Oh yeah, he's carrying around a sword this whole time.
but I have no intention of testing how sharp it is on a human subject, for now at least.
All right, bozo.
It's the great detective, Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue here? Really?
No, you bozo. You bimbo.
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? Makes my skin crawl to look at.
I know.
Yes, the person you came here to see has his own exhibit here.
But look, Bruno, you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't even move a muscle.
What was that? A boom, 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 boom.
You can't go around kicking the exhibit. Wait. It just moved, I'm sure. And not just a little bit either. It moved.
Really?
It did it. For crying out loud, man, the blinking.
And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of his waxwork model. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent.
Mr. Sholmes.
He is great. He's a very lovable bozo queen. Dyrus, what possessed you? I strictly forbid you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruto.
Temporary waxworks? What do you mean?
And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me.
But Bruno has something he needs to ask you.
Ah, a question.
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So where are we?
Well, I can't deny that your timing is impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that. And my great brain, upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax.
Thank goodness we arrived in time.
Indeed, in many ways, with a pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
He could know something, it's true. About Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him.
Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? For your luck, I'm certainly quite taken with the idea of conversing.
Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot. He said it. He said the word, afoot. Within the walls of this very museum, a most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it is related to the matter about which you've come to me now.
But how could it be?
We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow. But for now, I must return to my work. You're not.
What? Back to being a temporary waxworks exhibit?
Bro, come on.
What is this place?
Thank God. Madame Tuspels came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened its little waxwork museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London. Gizmo loses to almost every good tier character in this game. But he's fun, so I don't care. Wait, Gizmo? Who's Gizmo?
There are museums like this in Japan too, but these displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual real people, are they?
Oh, you're talking about... I understand. You're talking about multi-sus. I understand. Okay. But he's fun. That's the great part. I love characters who are fun. And like having a strong S tier character, yeah, it's fine. But having a fun character that you enjoy, that's better, man. That's much better. The extreme realism of these waxworks models is a particular secret of the Tuspels family, they say. They under renowned They earned renown. Oh my god. They earned renown during the French Revolution of waxworks for victims of the guillotine.
Ugh. What sounds grim? That sounds grim.
I feel like that's what multiverse it does better than Smash. Wait, what? Oh, they smashed someone.
There are gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism and expressions of the face of the condemned.
Apparently, the sculptures would make the models directly from corpses, right there at the site of the executions.
To make this so cursed. How are we feeling about the face reveal? Oh, a Dream's face reveal? he looks like a cool, chill dude. I don't understand why some people are like, he's ugly. I find him pretty attractive. Like he's a very, you know, I feel like he would pull in high school. Oh, he looks fine to me. I never watched a single Dream video, so it didn't have a reaction for me. I was just like, oh cool, he's a dude, you know. Someone plays every character in Multiverse because they are all really well made. But in Smash, no one is playing 70% of those characters. That's true. God, I can see that. I can see that, Trippy. You want to get the troll face? Now I can't unsee it. People just really hate him to be. Yeah, true. Really? I know nothing about him, so I really can't say. I do know that there's a lot of people don't like him though.
Boom, boom. That really turns my stomach.
That's just one of several legends about the Tuspels family. Whether there's any truth to it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum, by quite some margin, is in this House of Horrors.
House of Horrors?
Of course, visitor numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition. But people usually flock here to see the exhibition, exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, most of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows. So they're even stiffer now than the models of them.
Have you heard of poor taste?
My dear fellow, the public live for poor taste. Live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked.
So, the hideous exhibits in here are...
They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place.
Is it just me, or did the temperature in here just seem to drop?
Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about what you see here.
Oh, he's back to being a waxwork, is he? What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes?
Exactly what you see. I'm part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act.
Catching them?
Every half an hour, I home in on a different killer in one of the displays, and adopt a new pose to ensnare them. When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them my hand to shake. For a shilling, I'll happily allow them to take a photograph of us.
Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murderers in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes?
My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money! Bro, the bridge between my eyes is twitching. Can you do whale noises, please? Oh!
He really roared at me there. Very fitting for the House of Horrors.
As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent, and I have the ravenous iris to consider.
Oh, Hurley.
Jesus.
I'm so hungry.
If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do our bit. For you to do your bit, Mr. Naruto.
What's he threatening to rope me into now?
So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours.
Objection!
Oh my god, it's so loud. Humph, remember, Mr. Naruto. Ignore me at your peril.
Is it just me, or did his final remark there sound a lot like a curse?
Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then?
Actually, it's about Lord Van Zeeks.
Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo.
And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in
About everything I learned.
about Lord Van Zeeks, about Professor Hairbrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at university together. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zeek such a different person.
I was sure that you'd know, Hurley.
You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before, that something was afoot, and that you believe it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up.
Well, it seems we've reached the unavoidable. Greetings. Oh. Hello? Glem? Is that you? Guys, Glem is an Ace Attorney? Bro.
Oh, hello! Where did she appear from? And what's she wearing? She looked like... Could she look any more mysterious?
Yo, she's my new favorite Ace Attorney character. By far. I hope you are appreciating my museum.
Sorry, have we... Mr. Sholmes, do you know... Not again!
My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tuspels. This is my museum of waxwork. Totally didn't go off on purpose, just saying. Yo, Kiki, welcome back! Bum 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 bum.
What? You're the Madame Tuspels?
Bien, sir. Though only 26 years young, I might add.
Is that significant somehow?
I am a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
Right!
Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular.
That'll be Mr. Sholmes then.
I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble. Bro! She's about to coat him in boiling wax. How does one become a mod? One becomes a mod by participating in the mod election. We just had a mod election, and we gave Cat and Genie mod. So I'm sure I'll be good for mod for like a good year now. I don't think I'll need anyone else. She's my least favorite. I know the French is like but other than that, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I like her.
She sounds deadly serious.
And that's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zeeks now?
How is it annual? No idea. It happens when it happens. Do you ping for them? I do, yes.
Let's not forget what Hurley said before.
It happened like last week.
About something being afoot. Right here in the museum, I mean.
Yes, I know, but...
I'm so curious. I want to know what happens here.
Haven't we gotten enough on our plate already?
Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
Did you make all these waxworks, Madame Tuspels?
I did. I am the 3rd generation of waxworks artisans, you know.
Gosh, golly gee.
It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Hero? I think we changed it to geeky. Nothing has happened. Yeah, stuff has happened. Geeky, we went to Von Karma's house. We went to Von Karma's house. You will love it. There were actual bats hanging from the roof. Also, there's a mysterious man we think might be, what's his name? Kazuma. We think Kazuma might have not died, and now he's disguising himself as Von Karma's, assistant. Other than that, though, we've just been picking up clues for the Great Exhibition. Stuff like that. Her fortunes were checkered. We're now in a wax museum, living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution as she did. Though that is when she acquired the savior fair that leads to the astonishing lifelikeness.
Oh, these waxworks really do look as though they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley.
Ada. What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. Don't ill me. All the waxworks were created in the presence of the real people on which they modeled. I'm just trying to get into character, and she seems like an Ada kind of girl, you know? In the hours immediately following their executions, that is the secret to extraordinary lifelikeness. Fair ill moment, to be frank.
That sounds terrifying.
All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade per excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. Wait, isn't there a rules chat command? No, actually. I don't think there is. Well, there absolutely should be. Be chill and keep it positive. No one harassing others and spamming. But anyways, no harassing, Cole. How was I harassing? I was harassing no one. I was being chill. I was getting into character. I was acting. It wasn't real geeky. I was acting, okay? To carry out one's trade per excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. She gets it. I was going to extraordinary lengths to get into character. With that god-awful thing, not true. Not true at all. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only that which the public wishes to see.
Ugh! Why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying?
Do not fear.
Sorry?
This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre theme. I do hope you'll explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, ColeHillChills, politicians, something for every taste, I hope.
It was Iris who dragged me straight in here, come to think of it. Sorry, perhaps I should have eased you into things.
She looks like an RR type of girl. Are you... And you called her Glem earlier? Yeah, she's a witch! Glem loves witches!
What's the situation with that?
Ah, my temporary waxwork model. He approached me some days ago, you see, with a business proposal.
Oh, what sort of proposal?
My dear madam, what these spare exhibits need is the addition of a world-famous great detective. Or words to that effect.
Ah!
Naturally, I am well aware that Mr. Sholmes is widely known in London as a talented detective.
It's great detective, actually. He's very specific about it.
Yes, the crime the creme de la creme. So I was keen to come to arrangement with him, of course. Wait, what crime was committed? A scientist? I'll show you. This dude made a teleporting device. And this dude, who is rich, but is rich because he does crimes, was like, I will fund your project. And then he tried to teleport him to another location, but the machine exploded. And he died, but he did end up to the other place. The DILF next. Shut! You can't go in here being like Cole harassing, and then be like, oh my god, who's the DILF? Like, him? Is this the man you're drooling over? This 53-year-old man, Geeky? Von Zeeks, isn't it? This is the masked man we think is Von Karma. Bro, I'm dying. Wait, then who? This man? You cannot be referring to this man. Van Zeeks? You said Van Zeeks isn't it. So I was like, well then who? Okay, fine. But he's only 33. He's not a DILF, okay? He's still in his prime. Yeah. I'm looking at your typing right now. You said Van Zeeks isn't it with a smiley face. And what age am I, Cole? No, it's not the age gap. A DILF is you have to be a certain age, you know? That's not how that works. Question. There's no question mark. There's no question. Van Zeeks isn't it. He's like I like the emoji for real. That's what I meant. Well then, you should have wrote it like that, Geeky. That's on you for being illiterate. That's on you. Anyways, you have fun with your DILF. I'm gonna be with Miss Ada Ada over here. But sadly, we were unable to agree to terms.
Let me guess. Someone wanted to charge an exorbitant price for the services.
Objection!
Jesus. Cole, you have a real life girlfriend. I can be excused. But this is Glem. She's a witch. For 500 pounds, I will dive into your cauldron of wax at this very moment. Huh? Yeah, that was very loud. I'm sorry, guys. I think the desktop's too loud. That's why. Hopefully that'll fix it. Oh, words that effect.
Mr. Jones might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch.
Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances. So we came to the current arrangement instead.
Surely he doesn't really need to do what he's doing, though, does he?
I would think not, but he was very insistent. I have a 50 shilling problem that must be resolved by the morning. You know what? I'll just join these streams to mod and make fun of the character. I don't know. As opposed to doing what? As opposed to doing what else, Geeky? That sounds what you've been doing, Ace Attorney, so far. Let's do a smash or pass. A smash or pass Ace Attorney edition would be so funny. Can we see the characters? All right, here's the characters, Geeky. We're not doing anyone under the age of 18. We got Herlock Sholmes, Geeky. Is he a smash or a pass to you? It is my passion. He tries too hard to be quirky. Pass. True. True. Mall? Strong heart. He's a very low voice like this. He works with his clock lock. He's like, oh, I'm 11 hours and 17 seconds. That's his thing. He also lives in a clock tower. I don't know who that is. He looks like a lion. I don't do bestiality. Pass. Odie Asman. Or Odie Assman, as Coffee and Drippy say. Pass? But Assman's even in his name, Geeky. Fine. Albert Hairbrain. He's a very... ass! He's a nerd. He's a huge scientist. He's very quirky, but he doesn't try to be. He just is quirky. Looks like the boy from Pokemon from XYZ. Wait, which... Yes! Clement! Oh my god! Yes! Yeah, pass. Yes, but like a taller, slimmer version. I don't need to ask. Masked Man. The Masked Man. He hasn't said a single word so far, but we're like pretty sure it's Kazuma. And he didn't actually die. He gives me like Phantom of the Opera, but like reminds me of Mask the Mask from Ace Attorney. Kazuma Smash. Yeah, it has to be him. We don't even know yet. It has to be him. All right, we have Gina Lestard is 18. She steals money on the streets. She has Raphael as a hat. She's very in your face and upfront about things, you know. She's very rah. You know. We got Tobias Gregson. He's a DILF geek. She's very rar. Yeah, like in your face about things, you know? She's feisty. She can steal my heart, but reminds me a lot of Herlock. Smash. Smash? Was that a pass or a smash? Yeah, Tobias Gregson.
He's a great detective of the region. Very profound.
But, you know, he has a sweet spot for Iris. This picture of him is very funny because he doesn't look like that when you see him in the show. I don't want to say anything offensive. Next, please. Well, now I have to hear it. Esmeralda Tuspels, the properties of the Madame Tuspels Museum X work and the latest in line. In the show, in the game, like the 3D model looks nothing like the 2D model. Anyways, Witchy Girl. Honestly, for me, the best, the most attractive female character Ace Attorney has made so far. I think that's the only smash for me. Everyone else is a pass. You hate the name Esmeralda? Tuspel's a little you know? But what's wrong with Esmeralda? It's very witchy. She looks very pale. She might be cold. Oi! Coming from someone who's a very pale individual and who has poor blood circulation, so he's very often cold, I take great offense to that, okay? Like a principal? It does, though. That name does fit like an older person kind of thing. And then we have Ryan Osuke himself, obviously. Sorry, Miss Hogwarts. She's so cute. How dare you, Geeky?
It's the pawnbroker, that's what it is. He must have something to redeem.
It's the consultant detective work not going so well.
something is afoot.
I wonder, could I ask you something?
Bien, sir.
I'm just curious. Is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps?
Rhinosuke is not bad. He's a terrible bottom, like Phoenix so pass. Yeah, he really would be too. Because he's hilarious and full of character. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Queen. Herlock, without his like hat on, does look very attractive. He doesn't. If he acted like a normal person, he would pull, you know. But no, now he's just crazy. Looks like he'd be wacky and do cartwheels if I told him. Jesus, Kiki. But he absolutely would do a cartwheel.
I'm just curious. Is something going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps?
Whoever suggested such a thing to you?
Oh, well, it was...
Oh.
Your temporary waxwork over there, who mentioned it to me a little... Oh, he disappeared.
You reply with bruh. A wax model is a work of art, not some tardy object for trade.
Ah!
Oh, hello, you.
There you are.
Leaving the exhibit again, when you should be working. Do you wish to be melted down? My dear Madame Tussballs, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. Take off the hat. Take off the hat. The wax can wait. It's your ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead. She literally wants to melt us. Don't kink shame Kiki. She's just role-playing, obviously. She likes to be Dom in the bedroom, that's all. I knew you'd say that. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police. Why ever not?
She's turned as white as a sheet.
She already was as white as a sheet. Because you have at your disposal a great detective, whose service you may employ for a mere 50 shillings. Though please be aware that I prefer... No, I insist upon payment in advance. When you read it out loud, I was like, wait, is that a kink? None of these characters would play Splatoon with me. Iris would, Trippy. Iris would play Splatoon with you. Shisato would, but she wouldn't be good at it. Very well. She's Geeky, Drippy, she is a child, which the game was designed for, so I'm pretty sure she would play the game. Let us see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we? Before I engage my analytical process, I must ask you to clarify something. Actually, I would play Splatoon with Maya, and Maya would love it. There's adults in Splatoon adverts. Nintendo is a family game, you know, games that everyone can play, including children. What, pray, is behind the curtain? That is a Tussball special exhibit. There's an extra charge to see it. Ah, the special exhibit in the House of Horrors. It must depict a serial killer, I presume. Would you be so kind as to draw back the curtain, I wonder? Ah, absolute none. There is nothing amiss behind there. Nothing amiss, madam. What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain? Ah. I know, right? I miss Maya. I think it's kind of funny how she just flashes on screen randomly. Me too, me too. Mia would give me a spook for Halloween. Shut up. I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond, before the situation worsens. Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only a soupcon. Oh? What's inside? Mo the Clown is not allowed to be in this chat. No. Kill. In the Smash and Pass, I choose kill. I must confess, I peeked behind the curtain earlier. The Church special exhibit is a very bleak graveyard scene indeed. And yet somehow, surprisingly, the waxwork killer who one would expect is nowhere to be seen. Geeky. No. First of all, then the puppet or the guy? The puppet or the guy who always has his hand up the puppet? The guy who wants to marry a literal child. This isn't looking good for you, Geeky. What does strike one, however? Hello? It's a portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor. Wait, do we know him? Do we know him? I am a child, Cole? What? Geeky. That man has his hand up the ass of a puppet 24/7. Please stay away from him. And he wants to marry a child. I don't take backseats. I think this is a guy who died in one of our cases.
Well then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself.
But I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's perfectly ordinary, London gentleman, not even a waxwork, in fact.
What?
As skillfully made as these waxworks are, they're always distinguishable from real humans. So, allow me to present my two conclusions. The first... I missed it because I yelled Van Zeeks. Yes! So, the scientists made a machine that can teleport people. Or so we're led to believe. And he used it on the man who was paying for it. Only the machine exploded, so he died. However, he did appear where he was supposed to teleport to. So we don't know really what happened. We don't know if it was an accident or he died because the machine, you know? We don't know. It's this whole thing where, like, if it was an accident, then it's fine. But if it was intentional, then the government gets to take it and analyze it and make it their own, like, their own invention. So we have to prove it's an accident. The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in the special exhibit. But this exhibit has nothing to do with it so far. Why? Why would you say that? And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime.
Ah! She looks as pale as candle wax.
Okay, we get it. She's pale. Don't make fun of my girl. I don't understand. So, Madam Tuspels, as you've agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Would have been better if it was someone murdered the teleporter away by stealing the machine. That hot mask guy is a killer. Well, like, the thing is, we found a crossbow by the exhibit, so we don't know who actually did it. Welcome back, Coffee Man! Boom, 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 boom. You missed a lot. What one are we on? This one. We're on this one. Boom, 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 boom. There's a hot witch coffee. There's a hot witch. That's what you missed. 2020 taught me one thing. A lot of people mark fish, so we might not be all that. And plenty of jump scares. And that as well. Definitely lots of jump scares. Boom, 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 boom. I think I should wrap up there. I know if we keep going, this turnabout thing will be at least another half an hour. And that's a long stream. Oh, it was mostly Queen using sound effects to jump scare me. Anyway, that's gonna be it for stream today, guys. I'm really happy to be playing Ace Attorney again. I think I will continue playing this on Thursday. Also, especially because really attractive witch, you know, gotta see what that's about. Gotta solve the case. Totally the case. And also Kazuma, he might be under that mask. So yeah, you know. On Saturday, I'll try to get the spooky game set up so we can stream together. Oh, please stop. What am I stopping? I am playing a game, and I enjoy playing the game, and I appreciate the art that people have made. That's all. That's all. I didn't call someone a DILF, okay? You can't come in here with that hypocrisy, Geeky. Anyways, I hope you have a terrific night. Yeah, but that's literally her. She is a witch. Like that's her. Yeah, no worries, Ace. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.